Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. I did a video accidentally advocating humility, in the sense, accidentally, I mean, it was tongue-in-cheek, I was joking. No, I have to explain now, because some people took me to mean that humility is a virtue, and I said I'm defending the virtue of humility. Yes, well, the very first bit of that video where I said the reason to be humble is because it makes you look better, right there is a bald-faced contradiction. Now, I might be defending the desire to look better. That's a shallow and stupid, desire. I might be defending that, but I wouldn't be defending humility as such, just to bow the head and say I'm no good as an end in itself. No, I wouldn't defend that. Humility as a backup plan, as somebody put it in the comments. Humility just as a way to not be caught with your pants down, or to be caught with hubris, thinking that every great fall comes before the person thinks that they're great. Now, that's actually a very fatuous statement. What the hell does that mean? People fall from great heights, and before they fell, they knew they were great. They knew they were at great heights. Well, that doesn't show any causal connection. To think you're great and then fall, why didn't he fall at any earlier time? Or did he not think he was great until right before he fell, and immediately when you think you're great, then you fall? I mean, either there's a connection or there's not, and it seems to me there couldn't be. It's ridiculous. So, I don't think hubris is necessarily, I don't think that thinking you're great necessarily leads to a downfall. But, if you do go around with your ego unchecked by reality, there's the key, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? This is what I should have, I don't know what I should have done in that other video. It's tongue-in-cheek. I should have been more facetious or something. I should have farted or something during the video to make sure everybody knew I was just messing around. No, if you're humble and you just bow the knee as an end in itself, just for no other reason, sure, maybe you're competent, maybe you're intelligent, maybe you deserve some praise for this project, but in spite of all those, you are going to therefore ignore reality and do a dishonest thing and say, oh, I'm humble, I didn't, my accomplishment wasn't so great, or what I did wasn't so important, or people shouldn't be so grateful to me for it, or whatever. You're going to be humble, which means you're going to ignore the facts of reality in many cases, if we take humility to mean what we may. So, not an endorsement of humility. Sorry about that. A tongue-in-cheek stab at people who think that humility is a virtue. The reason to be humble, they think, is because it's a virtue. It's an end in itself. It's humility. Virtue is its own reward, they say. That's not true. Happiness is the reward of virtue. Well, then to the question of why should a person practice humility? Because it makes you look better. That's the only possible reason, and you should only practice it in the instances where it might actually make you look better. I'll finish off on an example. When you're absolutely certain of something and somebody's saying you're wrong, and then you two are going to go check it out and see, you can either say, look, I'm cock-damn sure of this, and you're going to be proven wrong, and then you're both at loggerheads and he has to back down, and he may have wounded pride at the end. To make it go over smoother, you could be humble and say, well, I may very well be wrong, let's look into it and see. And then you look into it and sure enough you were right, like you knew you were. And then since you were humble and you started out by not being so confrontational, then he isn't so confrontational either. Now, that assumes confrontation is bad, or is no good, or is no fun, or something. So, good luck with that. No, I don't think humility is a virtue. But if you ever are going to be humble, the reason to do it is for an egotistical end. That was the point of my previous video. And an egotistical or an egoistical goal, or end, or value, being achieved through being humble, see, I don't know, that's pretty thick, I guess, pretty ironic, or something. I thought it was pretty rich, I just didn't present it well enough. Sorry about that.